Good. Great. More than myself. It didn't last.
What's happening to me? Get this off of me!
I don't know what the suit had become or what it had done to me, but I have super spider powers and I couldn't control it, so I don't think anyone could ever hope to.
We will.
Yes, we will, Venom. Yes, we will. But anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, to another very exciting Marvel Spider-Man 2 related video. And if you're someone like me who hasn't been able to stop watching the Marvel Spider-Man 2 gameplay demo ever since the PlayStation Showcase ended, then chances are that you probably have picked up on a lot more details on multiple rewatches within various aspects of the gameplay demo, which do relate to both the overall gameplay elements that Insomniac have incorporated within Marvel Spider-Man 2, as well as some very critical story beats. Because within the case of this video, I am going to go over a theory that I personally have regarding the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2. Or more accurately, a theory regarding the symbiote's involvement within Marvel Spider-Man 2, and more prominently is who exactly is going to end up being the main host of the main man of Venom himself. Where the main theories that a lot of people previously had, myself included, is that Harry Osborn was originally planned to become Venom within Insomniac's universe, rather than the main host that we all commonly associate with Venom with Eddie Brock. But after rewatching that gameplay demo several times now, as well as receiving more information about the symbiote's role within Marvel Spider-Man 2 on the recent PlayStation blog post, I'm now currently in the belief that it might actually end up being Peter who becomes Venom within Marvel Spider-Man 2. And if that notion turns out to be true, then this easily has the potential of becoming one of the most heartbreaking Spider-Man stories told in any form of media. And trust me when I say that I mean that in the best way possible. Like we clearly saw in the gameplay demo, is that Peter Parker is completely donning the black suit, and is pretty much utterly succumbing to the overall amount of power and temptations that the symbiote offers. And this ranges from hearing the absolutely rage-filled dialogue coming from Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker while he's wearing the black suit, as well as the slight shift in mannerisms that we do see from Peter during the gameplay demo, where he's acting a bit more distant and harsh towards Miles, as well as roughly shoving citizens out of harm's way instead of being more gentle with them. So you might be asking yourself at this point, but Evan, those are all clear traits displayed within any iteration of Black Suit Spider-Man. So what makes you think that Peter might be Venom instead of Harry or Eddie? And that, my fellow true believers, is where the PlayStation blog comes into play. Where if we do look at this section of the blog post showcasing what we can expect from the Black Suit in terms of its story inclusion, the senior community manager at Insomniac Games himself of Aaron Jason Espinoza did go on to say the following: in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we're putting respect on the black suit and giving it the story it deserves. In this installment, we're really delving into Peter's personal relationship with the symbiote and how it affects those closest to him. Now again, this could easily be indicating the change in tone that we are going to see within Peter in comparison to the previous Insomniac Spider-Man games, but the blog post does emphasize that alongside of seeing how Peter is going to interact with those closest to him, we are going to get an extremely personal relationship with Peter and the symbiote itself, where we can already see how much Peter has ended up bonding with the symbiote throughout the entirety of the gameplay demo. And even at the very end of the gameplay demo where Peter is talking to Miles, we do see an extremely menacing shift on the overall lens shape on the black suit's mask, where it originally goes to the classic big white eyes on the black suit Spider-Man costume that ends up morphing into a much more sinister looking lens, which appears to be almost identical as to how Venom looked in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 teaser trailer.
He's got big teeth.
So do I. Yes. We will.
And for any of you out there thinking that it might be a bit too far-fetched for Peter to turn into Venom instead of another host wearing the symbiote, keep in mind that the main story regarding one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man comics ever written is specifically located in the Ultimate Spider-Man series, as well as kicking off the entire premise of the Ultimate Spider-Man video game, where mainly in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics itself, once Peter ends up acquiring the black suit within that universe, he only stays in the classic black suit Spider-Man form for a couple couple hours. But once he tries to catch a crook with a gun who he ends up mistaking as his Uncle Ben's killer, the symbiote completely takes over Peter's body and ends up turning Peter into a full-fledged Venom, which is then followed up later by Eddie Brock himself, who acquires another sample of the symbiote in order to go after Peter for trying to steal their father's work. The more time I spend thinking about this theory, everybody, the more it actually ends up making a whole lot of sense to me. Because even though Insomniac have heavily teased within both of the post-credit scenes of Marvel's Spider-Man 1 and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales that it's looking like Harry is going to be the main host of the Venom symbiote, which he could still easily be during some point of the game's story, Harry might be too sick and weak to try and fully take on the power that the symbiote holds. Because even though the symbiote is keeping him alive, it doesn't seem like it's enhancing any of his physical strength or overall well-being. And while we're still unclear as to how exactly the symbiote ended up transferring from Harry onto Peter within the Marvel Spider-Man 2 gameplay demo, I definitely think that showcasing the downfall of one of our most beloved protagonists with Peter Parker's Spider-Man in Marvel Spider-Man 2's story, where he may end up becoming an absolute monster that Miles may have to defeat all by himself, is without a doubt going to be an absolutely gut-wrenching experience for any fan of both Peter and Miles respectively. And taking into consideration some of the great storytelling that Insomniac has already managed to deliver in their previous Spider-Man games, and that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is going to be much darker than the previous titles, this is without a doubt going to be a journey to remember. And if we end up seeing a boss fight between Miles Morales as well as a fully symbiote-controlled Peter Parker becoming Venom, who might just so happen to fight on the football field that we see in the Queens area in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 gameplay demo, then that could end up being one of the greatest callbacks we could ever see for the Ultimate Spider-Man video game. But still, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for any and all possibilities. And with all that said, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of my Marvel Spider-Man 2 theory that Peter could end up becoming Venom instead of Harry or Eddie? How far do you want Insomniac to go when it comes to including the symbiote as a pivotal role within Peter Parker's story, and would you end up being either upset or hyped if we have to fight Peter who ends up becoming Venom as Miles Morales? Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos like this in the future. We're so close to reaching 100,000 subscribers, everybody, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you stay tuned for any and all Marvel Spider-Man 2 updates. And until next time, true believers, stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and peace out.